Good morning. Thank you for watching the Friday's Dose of Sunshine with Sami Vecchiolla. Today I have an amazing guest. His name is Rob Genovese. He's from Build My Beast brand. And what he does is he really creates that opportunity for people to stand out against their competition and make their competition irrelevant. I love Rob because he's not only an amazing branding specialist, but he is also a really great friend and a very positive person. He always brings sunshine to my day when we chit chat. And that's actually my favorite part about him, is that we can talk for hours on end. And hopefully we don't do that to you guys today, but I want to bring in my dear friend, Rob Genovese.
Hey, Sami.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is great.
Thank you for bringing the sunshine.
Yeah, I'm sitting outside today, and I know it looks like a background, but it's not. This is actual sunshine I brought indoors. I bagged it and brought it in.
I love it. I'm so happy. I'm proud of it. I love sunshine. We already have Karen Trendell watching. She's so cute. I love her.
Oh, hey, Karen.
So, Rob,
she called me beautiful. I feel so complimented. She called me beautiful.
You're very handsome. Can you tell us all a little bit about yourself? I kind of gave an intro, but I want to hear more from you.
Oh, geez, what do you want to know? Well, it started way back in the fall of 1967. Well, I'm from Rockland County. I grew up in Rockland County, across the bridge from most of you people, and got married, raised my family, got 4 kids, got a puppy, and spent most of my life as a graphic designer working in a job. Spent decades working in a job. Always had the dream of owning my own business. And in 2015, while working a job, I started building a business because I knew that it was time for me to, get a taste of freedom. And in July of 2019, I left that job and went full-time in my business. And it's been just an amazing roller coaster ride, and I'm just getting started. So that brings me into Master Networks, where I met you and a whole bunch of wonderful people. And that just really opened up my life to a more fuller extent than I could have imagined. Master Networks has just been unbelievable to me.
Oh, we're so happy to have you as part of the group. But I want to know more about what inspires you and keeps you so positive, because you are always just the sunshine in the room. I really appreciate that, because it's hard to be around negative people, and you're never negative ever.
You know what's interesting? I think a lot of people, some people are actually born positive, and they're very happy and optimistic, and they just have those rose-colored glasses, right? You, not me. I was a complainer. I was pessimistic. I thought everything was not going to work out. I know it's a little weird to hear that, but it comes from a place of desire, of the dream I had. I wanted to live a life that just, that gave me everything life had to offer. And what I learned early on was, in order to create, the life you want, you have to be positive. And so, that's not easy to do if you're a negative person and a complainer and a whiner. And so I just read a lot of books about positivity and, affirmations and mantras, and constantly telling myself and looking in the mirror and saying all these things to, turn my brain from negative to positive. And it took a long time. So maybe what you see today is positive, but it wasn't always that way. I can assure you.
That's really impressive, because, my mom's favorite quote is, negativity is unintelligent. So if you're negative, you're not very smart, because you can't come up with a positive way to spin things. And so my whole life, she's always thought of, positive ways to spin certain situations. So it was funny, when I was in high school, I was awarded the Youth of the Year award, and part of my speech was supposed to talk on challenges that I've overcome. And I said to my mom, Mom, I had no challenges in life. I don't know what to write about. She goes, what are you talking about? You had this, you had this, you had this, you had this. And I was like, okay, yeah, I guess you're right. So I think growing up being so positive, I don't even pay attention to the bad stuff. It's just in one ear, out the other, over my head. So
I really understand that, actually, from both sides. And, I think a lot of people don't understand what that means because, if you were not positive growing up, you think that positivity is stupid unless you embrace it. And you have to go through this journey. And it sounds like, oh, you're just saying things are happy and they're not. It's kind of like you're forcing a smile and saying, yeah, everything's great. And you're miserable inside. And that's what negative people think. And what happens is when you work on positivity, true optimism actually is what you had. Because now I understand it because I can't relate to anybody who's not positive. And what it means is that when you're optimistic, when your brain goes from negative to positive, you don't see the problems. You don't see the obstacles in that they're not blockades. You just go, oh, there's a challenge up ahead. And, I'm going to, optimism means you see the opportunity beyond it. So you go over it, you go around it, you go under it, you blast through it, you do whatever you have to do. And that's why you didn't see it, because you were optimistic right from the get-go. And I admire that because I had to work on that.
I think that is definitely attributes to my success in life and like how everything I do turns into a success because I just don't see obstacles apparently.
That's the way it works, and then you want to know something, that's what creates success. That's why optimism and positivity in life and business, which to me are the same thing, is critical. If you don't have that, I don't see how you can succeed, because every business owner who starts out business, if you're not optimistic and positive and you don't see the opportunity, so you stop at the first blockade and you quit. That's why they don't succeed.
Have you read the E-Myth?
I have read the E-Myth.
That's another.
It took me a long time to get to that, but I did read it last year for the first time, and yeah, what an eye opener that book is.
I'm surprised you didn't read it year one. I feel like that's like the first book anyone should ever read if they're thinking about going off and doing a business.
I think it's been on my book list for 10 years, but I just got around to it.
It's so funny. So I want to hear about, is there any quotes you have that or mantras that you live by?
Yeah, I used to live by quotes, and I think this, everybody has this journey, and I used to pin up quotes all the time. And, we see these memes on Facebook and other social media with these positivity quotes, and that's all well and good, but that's part of the early journey where you need that in front of you all the time until your brain flips and you become positive. So now it's less of the quotes that I live by as much as the mantras that I have in my mind every day. And that mantra is a spirit of gratitude. That one thing, it keeps me humble because I remember where I came from. I remember being unhappy and unskilled, no significant relationships whatsoever, insensitive. I mean, I'm not understating the way I was, but that's the other side of
different from where you
positivity. Are now. So different. And so because I've made all these changes in my life, that gratitude. So every morning I wake up, I'm in prayer. Every night before I go to sleep, I'm in prayer. And the prayer is, whatever your religion is, doesn't matter. The prayer is in gratitude. It's always, I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for this. And I name off all the things I'm thankful for. When I get up in the morning, I'm thankful for a brand new day of new opportunity to meet new people. And it goes on and on for a couple of minutes. And that's how I start my day. And I end the day with, thank you for this, and thank you for this, and thank you for this. It's the home, it's my friends, it's my family, my health, it's all this stuff, the opportunity to own my own business. That gratitude is what I'm constantly in, and it helps keep me grounded so that any success I ever have or had, it doesn't go to my head. I just want to make sure I keep grounded because I never want it to seem like I did something great, because I know it wasn't me. It was just the universe.
Well, I mean, I think creating that gratitude practice is so important. I mean, sometimes, so my gratitude practice is a little bit different because I'm so grateful for everything. And I have no problem coming up with things. So instead, I challenge myself to come up with the very minor things that I'm very grateful for. So, for example, this morning I was grateful that I remembered to drink water. And I've been trying really hard to drink a glass of water every morning. Typically, I don't drink water until later in the day, but I do drink a lot of water. But first thing in the morning, I'm not going for water. So I'm just grateful that last night, I put the glass out and I filled it. That's it. I'm grateful.
Yeah. Well, and it's the basic things in life that helps keep us humble and grounded. It's kind of like, I heard a business coach say a long time ago, a guy coaches Fortune 500 CEOs, and he taught a CEO one time. He said, I don't know if you're ready for what I've got to tell you. And the CEO was like, I can handle anything. I run a multi-billion-dollar corporation. And he goes, well, I'm going to ask you to do one thing, but I don't know if you can do it. And he was like, well, what are you talking about? He goes, I don't know if you're ready. He goes, I'm ready, please. He goes, all right, tomorrow morning, I want you to get up, and the first thing I want you to do is make your bed. And he was like, what the heck am I going to make my bed for? He goes, I don't have time for that. I'm up at 4:30 a.m. I work out, I get a good breakfast, I get a shower, I head to work, I get there early before everybody else. I've got a large corporation and, thousands of people to oversee. And he goes, that's the problem. He goes, you're not even a master of yourself because you can't do something simple like make your bed. So you can never be grounded enough to understand what's really important. That's why you're so stressed and unhappy. And he was like,
amazing.
Yeah. So things like water, like I got 32 ounces with me all the time because I don't drink water either. But you have to create some kind of system that makes you do it. So I take this with me when I get up from my chair, and wherever I walk to, it just comes with me. Because you're right. I mean, it's a basic necessity in life, and it's got lots of healing properties. So without it, you're poisoning your body. So it's important. So those little things, I agree. The little things are the only things that matter.
It's so simple. Davin said it. Very nice comment. If you start and end your day with gratitude, you'll have no choice but to be happy. Who would want that?
That's right, Davin. Thanks for coming, Davin. Yeah, it is. And and the other part of that is all day long. So in owning my own business, so I have the flexibility of time, and sometimes I do work from home. Even, before the pandemic, I was working from home anyway, and I would just go outside in the middle of the day, and I would just walk around my home and look at the trees and look at the grass and listen to the birds and I just go, man, thank God I have the opportunity to just walk outside and take this in. Because I remember when I was stuck inside a box working a job, and I was gone at 7:15 a.m. and I wasn't getting home till 6 p.m. And sometimes, at certain times of the year, that's darkness, both sides.
And you can now even take your desk and work outside.
Work from anywhere now.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really good. I love I didn't know that you were so negative before, but I just love who you are now and how you've grown into this amazing, positive person. And you are really the dose of sunshine
Well,
for
thank
me,
you.
at least.
But you know what that is too, and I appreciate the kind words. But what that really, the benefit of that is, they say opposites attract, and that's only partially true, because like attracts like. And so, in master networks, there's a lot of people in master networks, and I don't have close relationships with everybody, although I've talked with, hundreds of people. And I've only really got closer to me people like yourself who are positive, and people like Tina Campbell. These are people that I've been attracted to, and maybe we've been attracted to one another because of that positivity, because we don't want to spend our time around whiners and complainers. And sometimes that sounds bad, but it's like,
we're kind of the moths of positivity. You're just sucked into the sun.
Yeah, you're pulled together. And so that's really the best part about that, and being positive is, it's not just how I feel, but it's what you attract to you. So you attract more positivity. And you want to know something? That's why people who are very negative, guess what they attract? They attract negative. And then they wonder why some people seem so lucky. It's not luck. Not like you attract what you are. You attract more crap because you're a crappy attitude, So you can change it. I'm not putting people down, but they can change it. I changed it. I challenge everybody to change it. I don't take excuses. I don't want to hear that nonsense.
Yeah, excuses are not your friend. But I want everyone to hear about what you're up to. So if you could talk to that for a little bit and tell us what are you up to these days and all of those good, amazing branding things that I'm excited to tell.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of people in the area know me as the branding guy. And, that's what I want to be known for as far as my work. That's my important work that I do that adds value to people. That's how I add value to people, and by helping them with their businesses. And so that's all well and good. But then, there's the other part that just I want to reach out to a lot more people, and in a more of a training sense, and helping people understand, if they can see me and, if what you're saying is true and that I'm a positive person and people like to be around me, if that's true, then I want to be able to help people understand how they can have a great life and a fulfilling life. And I do that by helping you build a successful business. So one of the things that I'm working on now, I've been on YouTube for a couple of years now, and I never really wanted it to be a stream of income at that time. It was a place where I just housed my weekly videos. One time I was making a few videos a week, and now it's down to a video every week. And I wasn't really pursuing the growth of the channel. I was just building my business by making videos and posting them on social media like LinkedIn and Facebook. But the thing I'm working on now is the time is now right where my brand is well established and well known. And people know when they see me, they know what I do, that I'm going to focus on my YouTube channel now. And it's something that's going to be, in and of itself, a big platform for talking about the power of branding, but how to build your business and how to succeed in business and how to be productive in doing all the things you want to do. So it's going to be more of a, more than just branding.
I love that.
Because, you want to be, if you're given a platform, then you want to be able to spread more of this.
Oh, looks like we lost him. He is amazing in everything that he's talking about, and he really speaks to all of those points. I've had the opportunity to speak with Rob specifically on not only branding, but also all these other aspects of business that he's talking about. He's back. Let me bring him back in. And I just think that the holistic approach to putting all of these ideas together for you is a really great way.
Yeah, and I'm going to add one more thing to that. I don't know what happened to my internet, but poof, just popped out. But, you talk about one of the mantras that I live by, and something else that really inspires me in perpetuating what I do in business is that it's freedom. And sometimes this sounds like some kind of flag waving way of living in, being a patriot, which sometimes is looked at as a negative.
But
yeah, I mean, the fact is, I spent a long time, decades working in a job and feeling restricted. I don't want to put down anybody who has a job, but the fact is when you have a job, you can't be your true self. You can't be as expressive to the person that you are because you're expected to behave and dress and act and speak in a certain way. And it wasn't until I was able to leave my job and go into business full time that I felt the freedom. This is hand in hand with gratitude, the ability to be free, to do what I want to do. And I don't have to censor myself. And I can be the person that I am. And if people don't like it, it doesn't matter. They don't have to work with me. And I love that. And so to be able to go up to the mountains last week and, work from there and play from there and just live my life, that freedom is the biggest inspiration on a daily basis of what I fight for. And I train my kids that hopefully they'll, open up their own business one day and experience the freedom. But I think first they need to have jobs first that they could see that, sometimes when you report to an office, sometimes it seems cool, but that coolness wears off quickly.
I think having a job teaches you how to work with people. I'm so grateful for the autonomy that I get with working in real estate. I can choose, when and where I communicate with my clients. I love when clients are like, I'm so sorry to talk to you like so late at night, and it's like 7:30 and I'm like, all right, I mean, if it's too late for you, that's fine, but I'm working until midnight tonight. I just love doing what I do. So I just think it's so funny. Like, I love the opportunity that I have to work away like I did. I know this people look down on this, but like I even worked on my honeymoon. I love what I do so much so that I needed to check in with people because
Yeah.
I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about helping people and the most important purchase in some people's lives. And I just think that it's more than just a transaction. To me, it's part of me. It is me. Like I am doing this because this is who I am as a person. And I feel like you have identified that with your business as well. And I love that.
Yeah, and that is part of the freedom of owning your own business. Because look, if you chances are you started your business because there's something you enjoyed doing, so you turned it into a business. In a lot of cases, not every case, but the fact that you enjoy doing there is no real. I read Richard Branson from the Virgin brands. I read his book, Like a Virgin, his autobiography, and he's just a fascinating person. And he said a quote in there which just stuck with me. And people talked about work-life balance because he just seems to be, how do you run 400 companies? Because the guy's got 400 companies. How do you do that and still have a happy marriage and respect from your children and all that? How do you balance that? And he goes, there is no balance. He goes, there is no work and there is no play. He said, it's all just living.
Mm-hmm.
And if you live your life as though this is kind of a flowing state of, you work at your play and you play when you work and you just enjoy every minute of it because hopefully you do like what you do. And if you don't, you should change it. But that's just the same thing like you're talking about. People, when I was up in the mountains with my family, it was a getaway. I don't even call it vacation. It was just a getaway because we'll do many of those. And people were saying, why are you in this Zoom meeting with us? And, why are you checking your email? And I go, how many hours can you sit, cooking on a beach? Yeah, I went canoeing and yeah, we went hiking. But when I'm done and I'm back at the house, all right, let me do something. Let me go check on people and see what's going on and, talk to people. That's what life is all about.
It's about the connections. I think
Yeah,
that's like,
it is.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
The only time I completely turned off my business was on my wedding day. That's like the only time that can come to mind that I just shut down.
Yeah.
And for good reason. I was a little busy.
You're a little busy. I would hope so.
Best day ever. But yeah, you are just an inspiration. And how do people connect with you? I don't want to forget to put that out there.
Yeah, I always tell people, go to my website, unleashmybeastbrand.com, and all my platforms are down below in the links, and you can connect with me. Whatever platform you're used to, I'm on there. For the most part, LinkedIn and Facebook, and go to my YouTube channel, certainly. My phone number, my email is all on there. So anybody can reach out to me anytime. I just love to talk to people. If anybody ever contacts me and they're like, I have a question, I'm pumped to get on because I'm just hoping it's somebody else I can help. And I'll tell you, outside of, making money, which is the goal of any business, so it's good to be profitable. But when somebody says, you really helped me, I've noticed a change in my business and I feel so much happier in my business now. I got to tell you that's worth it right there. That's why I do what I do. That is the reason. The money's a byproduct of my love for doing that. So go to my website and please reach out. Love to talk to you.
We'll definitely make sure to put those links down below. But thank you again for being a part of A Dose of Sunshine. You are a dose of sunshine yourself. I definitely love sharing the shiny brightness with you. And I appreciate your wisdom and everything that you brought to the table today. And I know our audience really liked you. My mom says change is good, which she's not a fan of change, so I'm surprised she even said that.
Oh, hi, Sammy's mom. I didn't know that was your mom.
Oh, yeah. She's always supportive. I'm very, very grateful that I have such supportive parents in my life.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you for having me. It's always a joy to talk to you. I know we could go on for a long time, but to not bore anybody, I guess we'll bring it to a close.
Yeah, so connect with Rob. He's fantastic. And we'll see you next week, every Friday at 9:30 for a dose of sunshine. Have a good